Hey guys, veteran trainer John here, and welcome to a post-comm battle with Vlad. He's a member of my draft league, and so I lead team growth. We battled with these teams before, but unfortunately I had a DC, so we decided to use the same team, different leads, kind of just figure out how that goes. So he goes for a hidden power ice. I kind of predicted a switch here. And so I went for a knockoff, and that kind of bit me in the ass. If I would have went for the Earthquake, I would have gotten rid of this thing really early on. But losing the specs did help me survive this easier. So, misplay, first play, there we go. Oh, yeah, and I did that. That was dumb. That was pretty dumb. Because I kind of predicted the Pelipper coming in, I don't know why. And he makes another good play, and he goes for the Thunderbolt. And, it does pretty decent damage to my Heatran. I am Scarfed, and Ancient Power is going to be easily enough to take out the Jolteon. But, giving away that I'm Scarfed very early on in the battle, I don't know. So, I know he has Aqua Jet, and he brings out Crawdaunt. Now, Crawdaunt, this thing is a beast, adaptability, choice banded. I'm assuming there's no way he's doing this much damage without a choice band. So he's just wrecking house. So I bring out Vaporeon. I know he has to swap. I know I'm forcing a swap here. So he does. He has to go out, and he brings out Serena. And I predict this. So I actually bring out Victini. So I kind of don't want to overpredict here. So I just go for the V-Create. I could have went for the Blue Flare, and that probably would have been better. But I don't have the special attack investment like I do with physical attack. So, but yeah. So that's Serena down. That's a huge pain, and he goes into Pelipper. And I know that I had a speed drop and everything, but I'm still fairly confident that I can outspeed him. And so I just go for the Bolt Strike, and that's easily going to be enough to take out this Pelipper. So that's Pelipper down, and so he can't set up the rain anymore. And so that's good. But he doesn't need to set up the rain anymore because he brings out Swampert, and so this Swift Swimming bastard is going to be really tough to deal with. So I just bring out Tangrowth. I can live like one attack from this thing, and especially in Earthquake. So he goes for an Earthquake, and this is another misplay. I figured he didn't have anything really to hit me with, but I knew that I was just dumb of me to think that. Obviously, they get Ice Punch, so I should have swapped out again to get another Regenerator boost, and just went back into Vaporeon, but I misplayed pretty hard right there, and so that kind of blows. So I go in Alakazam. I can one-shot this thing, and he knows it. So he swaps out, and he brings in Chansey, and this thing eats up this energy ball like it's nothing. So obviously, I mean, it does, a little chunk, but I did battle this team before, so I did know that the Psyshock still doesn't do enough. It's like a 4-hit kill. It's a 4-hit KO, which is absurd because it hits on the physical defense side and it doesn't have defense. But so he swaps out and brings out Crawdaunt, and I go for a Curse, figuring that if I'm at +1 defense, I could probably live one attack and then be able to take him out next turn. But I underestimated the power of a stab knockoff from an adaptable or Crab Hammer. I'm sorry. So he goes for Crab Hammer. I'm like, oh, I could live that, and no, I cannot. Snorlax is gone, and I'm just like, crap. Vaporeon, I'm forcing a swap here, and he goes into Chansey, and I kind of predicted this. I can't touch Chansey, so I have to go for the Toxic here. Losing Snorlax really sucked. I mean, I should have sacked something else off, but I really didn't want to. I really didn't want to. But now that the rain is gone, his Swampert is not as big of a threat anymore. So he immediately swaps out and goes into Crawdaunt. And I go for a Scald. I'm like kind of hoping I could get the burn. Or, I'm sorry. I go for Acid Armor. I'm kind of hoping that that will save me. Because originally, the whole idea behind this team was I was going to Acid Armor up, Baton Pass into Snorlax, and then Belly Drum and just crush teams. But I forgot that when they Smogon recently banned Baton Pass, so I can't do that except for like in draft format. And so it's like I'm kind of like in a rock and a hard place here. So I go into Victini. I'm like, okay, V-Create, Stab, Physical. I am attack invested. It's gonna do decent damage to this. It's got to. And I feel like I'm thinking it's gonna take it out. But I predict a swap here, and I really messed up. So if I would have actually went for V-Create that turn, well, I mean, he does soft boiled, but I think I probably would have been in a good enough spot to, like, he would have been low enough that I could have put some serious pressure on him to the point where I could knock him out. So I go for the Bolt Strike, kind of seeing if he swaps into anything else, and he doesn't. And then he just goes for the Seismic Toss. So Victini's getting worn down here slowly. Slowly and surely. So I'm just like, okay, I'm definitely going for V-Create now. I have to. And it does really good damage. It does just over 50%. So I know if I can get another one off on this thing, it's gone. It's done. It can't take another one, so I just go for it again. And it goes into Swampert, so which resists it, and it still does decent damage to this thing. Like, it does pretty good damage, and here's kind of like where a lot of potential plays could have happened. I'm at negative, like, 2 speed, so I know this thing's probably can outspeed me. And I think this thing could be useful if I put him in a corner where he's, like, he has to do, like, certain things. So I go into Vaporeon here. Maybe not the best move, considering I go down to the Earthquake. But I guess it was better than losing. I probably should have let Victini go down, because with Toxic I could put pressure on Chansey. But then again, at the same time, I didn't have any other recovery. So that was the main problem with that set, is that I didn't have recovery outside of leftovers. Hindsight's 2020. I need to work on this team. This team is far from perfect. And so he does scout, and like I think at this range I should be able to take it out with a Psyshock. So I'm like, okay, Psyshock should be good enough. And he lives on like a sliver of health. I'm like, god damn it. But you know what, Chansey, that's probably like 20 HP. So I figured that was kind of a roll. And so that's pretty much, at this point I'm like, shit, that completely ruined my plans. So I swap out again. Instead of keeping on the pressure, I just go into Victini. I'm hoping that, I don't even know what I was hoping, that he'd go for like a Thunder Wave or something, but I don't know. I made some misplays on this, you know. Anyways, but he does take me out with a Seismic Toss, and I didn't get a crit or anything, so wasn't quite enough damage to get me to win this one. So he's going to be able to just whittle me down with Chansey, soft boiling and Seismic Tossing, and soft boiling and Seismic Tossing, and there's not really a whole lot I can do. Psyshock, hope for a crit. But yeah, so that's pretty much the end of this game. It's going to go like this for a few turns. And so it's a great battle. He's a really good battle. I'm really glad that we have someone in the league. But, you know, at the same time, league battles are very, very different than just standard OU battles. So it'll be pretty exciting to see how he does. But thank you guys for watching this. Hope you have a great day. And I know this is a post-comm, and I don't really do that. And you can still see my face, which is unusual for post-comm people. But I digress. Alright guys, thank you for watching. Have a great day. Enjoy the rest of the battle.